All right. That's one thing. I'm also going to be sharing this live, so let me get that moving first here. Hopefully you guys all see my great screen here telling you that. Maybe. Got it. Got it. Go back. Got it. Go back. Go back to my presentation mode here. Hopefully everyone can still see my screen. Let me know otherwise. And so can someone in the chat just give me a thumbs up if they can still see my, I think I saw a thumbs up in the thing. All right, thank you. All right, well, thank you all for joining tonight. I'm sure more people will roll in, and as I mentioned, we're going to be on Twitch, and I have a few folks on that are going to be dueling it to ensure that everything's good to go. So tonight's webinar is about the CyberForce program overview. So without further ado, Steph is on the line today. She'll be monitoring the Q&A. So today I had set up the Q&A feature on our Zoom. So if you have any specific questions in regards to anything that I'm talking about today, please feel free to throw them in the Q&A, and anyone can either upvote or, answer your question along the way, whether it's someone from my team or one of your peers. Ideally, then they can help you out throughout the time. Otherwise, we will try to answer everyone's questions before our time is up. Eddie's also on the line. He's our outreach lead. He's been reaching out to a lot of schools here over the last couple of weeks, but he's also going to be dueling it over on the Twitch side. So he will be helping me with any questions that come in out that way. And then I am Amanda, right there in the middle. I lead the whole entire program, as well as obviously many of you have seen me at the CyberForce competition, probably running around with my head cut off. So we'll be here on the call to help you with anything that you guys do need. So first and foremost, I want to call out the Department of Energy's Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response, or CSER for short, along with many of the other Department of Energy offices that assist with this initiative. Without them, the CyberForce program and competition specifically would not be doable. So Carolyn Gay is our program manager, and she's on the line. So I specifically want to say thank you to her. Again, she keeps everything going for all of you and all of us here at the lab to keep everything moving forward. So with that, CyberForce 2023 moving forward this year. So we have technically 5, but we're going to talk to 4 main things. And it's the CyberForce competition, Conquer the Hill. We have virtual career fair and a webinar series. So we'll talk to each of the opportunities more in depth here. So for some of you that may be aware, we have Conquer the Hill, and those are the adventurer with an R at the end. So for those of you that are also English majors, don't get upset by that. And then RAIN. So those are the virtual individual competitions. So for those of you that have participated in the program before, CyberForce competition is a team event. Our Conquer the Hill series is our individual opportunities. So we know that not everyone has large programs, and not everyone has a ton of cybersecurity based students, either that have the will or want to travel to go to in-person things and or are wanting to do team-based opportunities. So we try to provide opportunities for both students in person as well as individual virtual opportunities. So our Conquer the Hills are Adventure and RAIN. Adventure is what we'll like to call our Jeopardy style anomaly competition. So those are challenges that are based for students. The students will work through a 7-hour competition of various tasks. All of those are mapped to the NIST NICE framework. And it is 7 hours in one day. So it's not over your wanting period. It is a one-day competition. RAIN is a cyber escape room, again, individual based. And a student works through a multi-layered kind of escape room, which you have to complete tasks, which are either math-based, cryptography, computer science, Linux-based, Windows-based, whatnot, to get to the next level. So now your next question, when are those? That's probably the most important question. So adventure, April 15th. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. I'm sorry for everyone who loves other time zones. I live here in Chicago area, so it's easier for me to remember Central Time. So April 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Registration, hint, hint, is already open. So anyone, eligibility requirements are all listed on the website, but you must be a collegiate student participating at any university. You can be an undergrad, grad, or PhD student. And you also must meet, obviously, the regular rest of our requirements, which means you have to be 18 years or older and everything else along the lines. Again, this is individual. Registration closes on March 31st. And a very quick turnaround of selection by April 3rd. So not a lot of time for us, but usually Adventure, we have a fairly large number of students that we have participate. We'll have a rules and questions webinar, which typically is for those that are selected. And that's slated for kind of a to be determined date, but for April 5th through 7th, someday in between there, that ideally will allow for students to have that opportunity to jump on. We'll go over what to expect for April 15th, go over the rules, and then I'll identify any questions that people may have ahead of time. There are hints and limits to tries on Adventure, so it's not like you have one question and you can go through as many times as you want to or not. We have taken feedback from students in the past. So hints do not dock points for students, but you do get a limited number of tries. So for people who are interested in what does that actually mean, I provided some examples of years past, and I ensure that these are not going to be on them this year. But so like your organization has asked you in your role as a system security manager to put into action the quarantining of an infected system after a cyber incident in order to prevent the further spread of malware over your internal network. Which of the categories from the NIST cybersecurity framework applies to this activity? Now with this, you may receive a PDF of the NIST cybersecurity framework. If you still don't feel like you understood the question, you can click hint. A hint might be, remember, this is a category, not a subcategory or a function. It could go further on down. So, and again, all of these are based on an automatic answer. So spelling does count. Uppercase and lowercase does not, but you do need to make sure that you are following exactly what needs to be done. So like you need to make sure spelling is pretty accurate on this. And if it's a flag-based one, they will provide you the syntax of exactly what needs to be done. Otherwise, we'll provide you files in the event it needs to be like a log file, forensics, or anything. So all of that's provided ahead of time, along with potentially what sort of programs you may want to be looking at or have available to you. Everything we suggest is open or open source or free to download. If you don't have it or available, we don't ask for any student to try to purchase anything. Since the whole point of this is to help better them at just their own time. Alrighty, so I'm not seeing any questions yet. So moving on to RAIN. So RAIN is, like I said, the cyber escape room. My brain's already going at 6:14 here. So that's going to be July 15th. So why not keep it on the 15th of every month? So that'll be this summertime for students. We keep it that way just so that, again, we're keeping students kind of moving and active throughout the entire year. So it'll be an 8-hour time frame. The plan is to kind of do a 10 to 6 p.m. Central Time, but that's still kind of being determined right now. And right in 8-hour max. So again, just like every escape room, you hope that the students finish it prior to actually hitting that max. But they have up to 8 hours to actually escape the room. Registration is currently slated to open on June 1st. Stars are there because that, again, is slightly subject to change based on the needs of the students and whatnot. And then registration would be slated to close on June 30th, with, again, a very quick turnaround of July 3rd selection, with once again a rules or questions webinar to go over what to expect during this, during the week of July 10th, which is that week leading right up to it, since we have the holiday in there. Once again, for students that are concerned of like, I'm not certain if I'm ready for something like that, there are hints in it. And again, it's, I want to clarify, use the word competition in a lot of this. It's really not a competition against others. While there is always a winner at the end of the day, the whole purpose of all this is to better yourself for real world experience and something for you to be able to put your resume to show that you were actually able to learn a new skill. So whether you get past a first entry, you do a couple challenges on adventure or whatnot, it's something that hopefully at the end of the day, you get excited to be able to show people. So this was last year's rain. Again, it was basically a video game. So people were able to traverse through the multi-layered rooms. You had to interact, like I said, answer questions, cryptography, binary, all kinds of things throughout all of the day. All right, so the main one, the CyberForce competition. I know that's what a lot of you are here for and want to know about. So what's up with this year? So I'm going to hold everyone off for a little bit longer. So for any of you who is new, I want to quickly provide the purpose behind the CyberForce competition because it is kind of our staple behind the whole program. So it's the purpose behind the whole competition is really to provide collegiate students with a cyber physical, hands-on, realistic scenario to secure and defend, which we also then incorporate life-like constraints, path scenarios, and users and emerging threats. A lot to take in, but ultimately we're trying to give students a real-world scenario that they can then take and ultimately provide a real use case when they interview, when they're going for their jobs, to say, I actually had lifelike experience in this competition, in this program and whatnot, whether that's through the CyberForce competition, whether it's through one of the Conquer the Hills, they were able to actually try something out. The goal at the end of the day is really to build our pipeline of qualified candidates for crucial positions that we really need in the energy sector, national labs, and industry. So for those that have no idea how the competition works, never seen a photo, not sure how everything communicates, for those of you that are well aware though of like a cyber defense competition, similar, but we add kind of an extra layer on some of it. So those that are collegiate students, you will participate as a blue team. You have to have 4 to 6 team members on a team. So this, again, as I mentioned before, CyberForce competition is a team versus the Conquer the Hills individual. So blue teams are 4 to 6 team members. You can figure out however you want to make it. It can be 4 people all from the same club or whatnot, but they all have to be from the same school. So that's the only caveat to this, is that you can't say I have 4 friends and we all go to different schools. Everyone has to be from, the University of Amanda, and we all have to go to the same school. You all work together to defend your infrastructure, whichever energy infrastructure we make the scenario for this year, and that would be your job. Red team is the attackers. They tend to be volunteers from industry, the national labs, energy sector, National Guard, and whatnot. And so their role is ultimately to try to take over that infrastructure. The red team also already has an assumed breach. So that's where we like to also take into account that kind of educational aspect where they go step by step with you of how could you fix something that's already inside of your system. And if you're unaware of how to actually fix it, they'll walk with you step by step of how to actually learn to do that. White team is us as the labs, as the administrators. So we don't really do anything terrible to you besides give you all the work to do. And then we're there to help answer any questions. Green team is our users. So obviously the most secure system is to be turned off and buried 6 feet below the ground, but that's kind of, not really usable. So green team is there to ensure that you have usability. And so those are people, if we think about it like your grandmas, your grandpas, how do we ensure that systems are still usable for the regular everyday user? And when you think through that, we have to ensure that it's not 10 passwords over and over and over again, that you're not asking them for, the 16-digit, lock chain that you asked for. You put blockchain into something and figure it out. And it has to be usable. We have to really think through what is feasible for users, but also secure. So that's also part of the whole entire communication structure. And then we'll call them the orange team, the C-suite. So besides having to figure out how do I defend something, I really need to figure out cybersecurity, and I need to ensure that no one's taking over my stuff. I also have to make sure that everyone is, making sure that my systems are usable and no one's hacking in my stuff that way. You also have to know how to communicate above. You need to know how to communicate to your senior management. And that's not just your C-level management, but that's just your plain managers. Sometimes your managers might be non-technical. That could be that their managers are non-technical, but in some fashion, you need to understand how to talk to them in layman's terms that best conveys what you need to do. So in essence, and not even just communicate. And I say when I communicate, talking, but you also need to learn how to write what you need to say in order to get what you need across. So holistically, CyberForce encompasses all of this for students at the end of the day. So they say real world experience, you really get it all compacted into a short time frame. So besides as a student, you saw some of the colors on there, you get volunteer opportunities for those that are not a student. So there are red team opportunities for those that are interested in being more on the attacker side, from the industry side, or those that are interested in sharpening skills that way. There are requirements for that. So if you do sign up, just understand that there are the laboratory that leads that particular opportunity does have some training exercises that they do request ahead of time. So there is slight requirements ahead of that. Green team opportunities. So those are, again, the user. There is no real requirements ahead of that as long as you know how to use a computer, which I hope all of you do, being here on Zoom. But ultimately, our hope on that is that you have a couple of hours on that Saturday of the competition, which I know I've yet to tell you the date, which I will shortly. But the green team opportunities really just help us in, you get to test the system usability. So a couple hours, you test a few of the team's systems, and ultimately then you decide, what, does it work, does it not? Is it user-friendly? How does it work based on a rubric that we provide? We also have scoring team opportunities, which identify and evaluate documentation and C-suite panel, which are both portions of required documentation that we ask of students ahead of time, again, based on a rubric that we have of students. So again, feel free, if anyone's interested, to sign up for that. So documentation, for anyone who's wondering, it's security documentation where you'll have to identify kind of your overarching architecture, as well as how you implemented certain security criteria. And then your C-suite panel, which is again more of a conversation video where you'll have to discuss over a particular scenario, either why you need more funding or what could occur during a particular situation that you have. And then we also have opportunities for career fair booths during the competition for any industry members that are interested. All right, so what's next? I know that's what everyone's waiting for. The next CyberForce competition is on November 3rd and 4th this year. I know we keep slightly guiding ourselves forward more, but the following weekend just didn't seem to fit right. So I know it's further down, but CyberForce this year is only in person. You're only going to be in person, and we will only be at the Q Center in St. Charles, Illinois. So for those of you that did participate in person last year, I hope you realize the benefit of the Q Center, of where it was, and all of the many, many spaces that you could find in the nooks and crannies there, as the ability to spread yourselves out or come together as a group. There is prep work that is required prior to the competition, contrary to many other competitions. I want to stress that over and over and over again, because I do feel like we still get that feedback every year of students who are expecting this to be similar to a CCDC, that they just get the infrastructure on that day and go. CyberForce is very different than that. You get your infrastructure 2 to 3 weeks prior to November 3rd, and things are honestly due ahead of time. We do that once, so on the day of, you're set and ready to go to more or less handle doing your back and forth of ensuring that your defenses work and you have time to really strategize, rather than doing a live fire defense mechanism. Also, the amount of time that ultimately you put into the competition is equal to what you get out of it. As I mentioned, this is not really meant to be entirely of like a competition of who can I beat, but ultimately what you learn. And so we want you to really think through, like, how can I think outside of the box? Registration for this will be open in July. Again, team competition, 4 to 6 people. And so again, more than one team is more than welcome to apply and register for the competition. Actually, more than one team from the school. Virtual career fair. So once again, we'll have a virtual career fair this year. It's open to all and any that participate in any of our CyberForce programs. So all of you that participate today will be invited to this. It's on October. It's Wednesday, October 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. Central Time. You do not have to be on for the full 3 hours, but you are also more than welcome to be on for the full 3 hours. It will include any and all of our companies that are sponsors, as well as national laboratories, the Department of Energy, and any other sponsors that we have this year as booths. And students are more than welcome, or anyone else, for full-time internships and the like. They have all kinds of company needs and wants. And then finally, our webinar series. So throughout the year, much like this, we hold kind of various webinars to acclimate students with the program, particular competitions, and also special webinars about topics that are just frequently in the news. This year, besides this one, we'll have one in May, September, and December. May's will be about the competition, like a 101 overview. September slated to talk about kind of the benefits behind being in a career, attending a career fair or a job fair. And then December will kind of go through like the program as an overview of like, what did we see? And then competition specific webinars will also occur, as you already saw. Adventure and Rain already have their 2 slated. And then CyberForce always typically has our fireside chat to kind of go over rules and anything in regards to questions that students may have, that those are open typically to only the competitors and not open to the public. So any questions? I don't see any questions in Q&A, but we can let people either come off chat, come off mute if you have questions, or throw them in, I guess, the chat if people have any. What can I answer of anyone?
Hi there. I got a quick question. I know that there are the two like individual competitions before the like group in-person CyberForce in November, but I guess my question is, do you have any resources of like free ways that participants could potentially train ahead of time, like perhaps like mock networks that are like kind of like, you know how VulnHub has like ISOs you can download. I don't know if you have any other recommendations to kind of for like a industrial control system kind of network or something like that.
So we don't have any of our old networks or our old ISOs available. I think we have probably an old 2021 and older maybe version. We can take a look to see what we have available. If you want to throw your email in a direct message to Steph Jenkins, we can probably try to get something to you or see what we have if you're looking for something specific to the competition.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, I see some that are coming through. So Dan, our mapping anomalies to nice framework, can you describe details? Yeah, so all the anomalies for both adventure and for the CyberForce competition are being mapped to the nice framework. Typically they try to map it down to the actual like lowest level that we can go to as much degree as we can. But minimally we're at a category level. But typically in years past, she has ensured that we have prior to them reorganizing, I guess we'll say, the NIST NICE framework, we've done it in like a task, in a task-based one where they would have a particular task associated with each of them. But we continue to always map minimally the anomalies, but all of them are every single scoring category is mapped to the NICE framework.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm very interested in how you're mapping to the task level.
Sure. Jesse, same framework as this. I have to download what you have. So if you give me a second, I can probably figure it out, maybe. But
that's from the 2019 competition.
Gotcha.
And I also uploaded a couple pictures for everyone to look at.
Oh, thanks.
I was on site in West Virginia at the power plant with my team.
I was going to say, I know that you emailed. So yeah, so ultimately the competition will be in the same format as that, just in one location. So ultimately we will be doing everything, but instead of every, so I mean, I can provide some background for people who are wanting to understand like why this, why that. So CyberForce started as an in-person competition only back in 2016, 2017, 2018, twice in 2019. Then COVID hit, we turned virtual as that was kind of the only option for us, unless we wanted to just stop the CyberForce competition, which again, no one wants to do. We obviously went hybrid last year because we were still trying to be mindful of everyone's wants and needs and thoughts on where everyone was at. But in moving forward, honestly, you know, where the world is moving, people are going back into the office and into the workplace, and the way to make sure that networking and that continues is to really move us back into what we need to do, which is get this program back in person. And while it's great at all the labs, we've really outgrown the labs spaces. For those of you in 2019 that were at Argonne, we sardined ourselves in at, and I could probably stop sharing this and come here, but like we truly sardined ourselves in at, you know, having 35 plus teams at Argonne. So at the end of the day, and a lot of the other labs probably could add a few more teams on, but really at the end of the day, bringing everyone together brings everyone from West Coast, a PNNL site, or California, and everyone from New York, Maine, Florida can all come together in one area and have a conversation versus everyone's kind of quarantined into their areas. So we hope people will take the opportunity to really think through it. Obviously, we understand funding might be something that everyone has to think through and talk about. And obviously, we know that that'll probably be a future question for people. And we're happy to discuss it with you as one-off, and how we can help you either identify if there's potentially utilities or whatnot that we can help connect you with to potentially see if they can assist you. But definitely, something to look at further. So Tina, I hope I answered your question. Is the competition hybrid and scripted for the red team like recent years? So red team will still be hybrid. Volunteers will still have the opportunity to be virtual and or in person. So blue teams will only be in person. Volunteers will have that opportunity to be in person or virtual. I will state though that they will be more strict on the red side in regards to who does apply for it. So I will say that if students opt to try to do red team instead to be virtual, it will be scrutinized much harder. Chadwick, I'm here. Glad to hear that you're planning to return. That's super exciting. We love to see the alumni network. The most important question is, what is this year's color? We're leaning towards orange. I know everyone's not like a big fan of orange, so, but we'll see. So Anne voted. She said she's okay with orange. That makes it better. It's one of the few primary colors that, I guess not primary, it's a secondary color that hasn't been hit yet. Technically, it was year one at Argonne only, but we don't have a shirt like that's orange yet. Yes, Holly, I will send around the slides with also the link to the recording for this in our CyberForce email after this. So it'll be tomorrow, after I decide what new jam and jelly to buy. Any other questions I can help anyone answer? I really hope to see you all there in person for CyberForce. Again, I'm serious. If you feel like you have any questions in regards to your school or whatnot, I hope you reach out to me either personally. Hopefully everyone knows my email by now, but if not, I'll have someone throw it in the chat or send us the CyberForce one in the chat. I'm happy to have a conversation with you. Otherwise, the Conquer the Hill registration is open right now. So I hope that you provide, if you're a mentor or a professor, you send out as much as you can to your students the registration link. We'd love to ensure that we get students the opportunity to get that out there. And then once RAIN registration is open, that'll also get sent around on the email listserv, which is up on the CyberForce website, and it'll also get put on all of our social media channels. So if you don't follow LinkedIn or Twitter, or you're not on the CyberForce listserv already, trust me, you'll want to join those, because we are sending stuff out left and right as much as we can without burdening everyone with information that's news for you all. So without anything else, is there anything else that I could potentially answer for anyone tonight? Happy to stay on if anyone wants to chat too, but.
Amanda, do you want to mention that you'll be speaking to the Get to Know Your Competition series for the CAs?
Sure. So that's That's next week, right? I think I should look
Right.
at my calendar better. So next Tuesday, I'll also be speaking on the competition and the larger program for the CAEs on behalf of the CyberForce program. So for anyone who's part of that, you'll be hearing me again. And I'll go more further in depth on also some of what we map for the NIST NICE framework on that.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi, Amanda. This is Buddy. I might have tuned out, but were there any scholarships available for students that are out of the state to travel?
So we are, again, if there's students that are interested in participating and they feel like the school feels like it's unable to support the students in traveling to Illinois, they want to reach out to us. The CyberForce competition emails in the chat. They can reach out to us and we can try to first help them connect with a local utility and see if they can help them. Otherwise, after that, we can try to do our best to figure out what sort of resources are available at a higher level if there are any.
Thank you.
Of course. Any other final questions? Alrighty, well, thank you all so much. I hope you have a great night. If you would want to talk to me, I'll stick around, but I'm going to stop recording.